All right, good people, what's going on? The Matt and Todd Show is live in the house on another beautiful Sunday. What a great day we've had today. Today, guys, we have a special guest. Coach Bates from the Lady Wildcats up at Sandrock's going to come in and talk with us. Some new rule changes for college football. We're going to go through them in a little bit. Dean, what you got for us today?
Some college basketball, how Alabama, Auburn, and Kentucky did yesterday, and of course we're going to discuss this situation going on with Alabama basketball with their star player, Brandon Miller. Have our thoughts on that.
All right, hang around. We'll be right back. Yes. Hello and good evening, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. The best darn sports show going around here today. Podcast listeners, you can always find us on Spotify, Applecast, iHeartRadio, and YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all tuning in and watch us right now. We've got several people coming up here on watching now, and we got some comments coming in here already. Jeff Anderson, it's always good to see Jeff on here. He's a tried and true fan.
Yes, he is.
Guys and girls, we'd like to bring in here Coach Bates. Hello, good evening, Miss Lisa. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm fresh off a weekend at Pigeon Forge with my youth group, so I'm a little tired, but I'm good.
I have been there and I have done that, and you need a vacation from your vacation.
Yes, I'm not as young as I used to be.
Yeah, none of us are. We're all reaching the ages of bad knees and those kind of things, and slower mornings, than what we used to be able to get up and get going. So tell us, well, we know, but tell the audience a little bit about yourself, who you are, and kind of where you came in from, how long your tenure there at Sandrock has been, and we'll get into this year and talk about next year some.
Okay. I'm Coach Bates. I've been at Sandrock High School for 23 years. Went straight there right out of playing at Jacksonville. And so I've been the girls' coach for 23 years now.
Volleyball too, right?
I have done volleyball for 21 years.
Wow.
I did my first 2 years at Sandrock was just basketball. And then Coach Russell Jakeway came to me and said, "Oh, will you just take volleyball for just 1 year?" And that was 21 years ago. So, yes, been doing both for 21 years. Fell in love
Just
with
1 year, huh?
Yeah.
Well, so now high school wise, you played at Locust Fort. How was, what kind of, was y'all pretty good in the times that you were there, or et cetera?
Yes. I know we made it to Final Four once. My dad could tell you all the details, but it's hard
Was
for me
he the
to
coach, Lisa?
No, but always on the side, my coach.
Right.
He remembers all of my details and stuff about playing.
Okay.
Yes, we were at least Elite Eight, Final Four. I had some great point guards that would give me the ball. So I played with the three Hollis sisters, and then I had my sister that played with me. So I had good guards that could get me the ball. So we were pretty good in high school. Never won the state championship. Never got to the state championship game, but we got to the Final Four.
They were quite good back then, or were those just being a rival, or were they quality rivals?
You're talking about Susan Moore? I lost you for just a minute.
Yes, Susan Moore.
Yes, that was our rival at Locust Fork. They were in our county, and they were good back then. They had some good players, and it was just that team that you just wanted to beat. It's kind of like us at Sandrock and Collinsville. It was just that team that was in your county or close to you that you just wanted to beat.
Yes.
Then you went on to Jacksonville, right, and started down there. How many years did you start at Jacksonville?
Well, I went first to Southern Miss and played for 2 years. Back then, Southern Miss was way up on the radar in women's basketball, and they had recruited me. It came down to UAB or Southern Miss, my final two, and I decided to go to Southern Miss. I played there for 2 years, and then then I came to Jacksonville. I sat out a year and got stronger and better, and got to play my final 2 years. I didn't lose a year when I sat out. I came back to Jacksonville and got to play my final 2 years with Heather Mays and my sister Laura. So that was fun.
And that's where you met Keith Bates, right?
I did. He was a cheerleader, and I was a basketball player.
Yeah.
Met there at Jacksonville, and so things turned out great. I had not heard of Sandrock until then.
Really?
I've never heard of him.
I had not. We were in Logansport. We never played. I mean, we never crossed paths. We weren't the same classification. So, I mean, I had never been to Sandrock until I met Keith. And so it was an interesting situation. So I'm glad I came to Jacksonville.
That's the highlight of your life, right? Mm-hmm. It definitely made his life a lot better. We know that for sure.
I'm sure he would say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, once you, I guess, got on scene and stuff, girls basketball, I know the boys basketball better from, back in that time. I remember the Pee Wee Reeses and Ralphs and all those guys that was the Slamma Jams, up
Ralph
there.
Burt, yeah.
Yes. They were the guys back then. So, kind of getting your teeth cut into the program, what'd you kind of feel like you needed to tackle first as you was kind of getting involved, with the basketball there with the girls?
Well, Coach Wendell Lawson had it for 19 years before me. So, I mean, it's not like they had random coaches. He had done a really good job of building the foundation and teaching the girls to play hard. So when I came, and he was retiring, it was just perfect timing whenever I came out of college. And so he was retiring. He had built the foundation. The girls were playing hard. I had built a program. So it was in good shape whenever I took over. And so it was just good. It was God's timing. And just falling right into place when I needed to.
Right.
Now you played. Y'all went to a state championship one time, did you not?
We've been twice, yes. I've been to 2 state championships. Had to play Sampson both times. 12 years apart. Okay. We went once Taylor Burke's senior year.
Yeah.
We went once, not too many years ago. I don't remember the years, but it was 12 years apart. But we've been twice to state championship.
Okay. I knew you'd gone once. I had not known you had gone twice.
Yes.
So you excited about tomorrow? You're going down tomorrow, I'm sure, right?
Of course. Yes, we're very excited. Very excited. It's very hard in 2A Northeast Alabama with basketball to get to the Final Four. So this is very exciting for our school. And we support each other. Girls and boys, we're all behind each other. And so it's exciting for us. And yes, we'll be there with cheering them on. It's super exciting because it's hard. It's not something we go every year. You work and that's your goal. But, to get to go, it's tough. It's tough to get to Jacksonville in 2A Northeast. But to win Jacksonville and to get to go to the Final Four, we're very excited for them. I'm not hearing you right now, but I see a question. It says, do I strive to teaching fundamentals like Pat Summit? I do teach fundamentals and try to teach discipline. That's one of the big things in our program is teaching discipline and just where they're not just good basketball players, but the biggest goal is to have them find young women in the community that are independent young women that can, stand up for themselves, but also be good wives, mothers, employees, all over the board. So we try to instill character into them as well. That's big in our program.
Yeah, that's tough too. A lot of people don't even think about that when it comes to coaching. That's probably one of the tougher aspects of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Teaching discipline.
But it's also the most rewarding when later in life you see them succeed. Now I'm old enough now where I see them much later in life, and they're such good mothers and such good, they just succeeding in life and good wives and good members of the community. And it's just fun to see them succeed and to achieve their goals. We have doctors and vets and, police women. And it's just fun to see what they achieve and to use what we've taught them through the program.
What's, speaking of that, what's maybe one of your favorite stories, I guess, of one of your ex-players coming back to you?
Let me think. I have a few. I mean, having an emergency at the house with one of my dogs and getting to call one of my former players as my vet now. That's
Okay, that
fun.
works.
Uh,
Yeah.
and also, I had to. Another story is I had a young lady play for me that's a policewoman in Fort Payne now, and she takes care of me like I needed to go sell a car, and we were meeting a guy with a good sum of money, and she met me there, and she's like, I got this, she's handling being there with me, just to see them set goals and to overcome obstacles, and then later in life to be successful, and I know most a lot of them have a good relationship with me. Some of them don't like me, and that's okay. And we, but just to see them being successful later in life, it's just fun. And then to watch Taylor Bird to go and be successful and win state championships in softball and flag football, that's fun.
Yes.
Oh, have they won some?
Yes, she's won.
I knew she
won
was
the
a good
flag
coach,
football
but I didn't.
state championship last year, and then she's won, I
Uh-huh.
think, 2 state championships in softball. So it's fun to watch her succeed coaching wise too.
What school she at again, Lisa?
Oh, she's down at Hewitt Trustful.
Hewitt.
yeah.
Okay, I've saw some stuff on Facebook about her coaching
Oh, big
and
time.
doing well,
She's
but
a
I did
winner.
not know they'd won one.
She's a winner. She has rings that I don't have.
Oh yeah, she's always been a winner, hadn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
like coaching those girls that have that fight and that fire and that winning attitude. It's fun.
yeah, and speaking of the girls that came off of last year's team, I mean you had a lot of fire and zeal, and you got Henderson plays at
Yeah, I
at
saw
Faulkville.
that. Faulkner.
Yeah,
Faulkner.
Faulkner.
She
Hey,
did
I'm
good.
very
Yeah.
proud. I'd like to say she's done well down there too. She fits into that program very well, and they just won a conference championship yesterday. So we're very excited for them. They're getting to go to the national championship for NAIA, and she actually made the conference all freshman team. So she's doing really well. We're very proud of her representing us well down there.
I try to follow her on Instagram, and I'll share, when I get pictures or the news and that kind of stuff. I'll always share stuff from the kids. We had some kids from over there. Was in the Navy, and the girl cheered for the Naval Academy.
Oh yeah, we have one of my former players cheers for the Navy. Yeah,
Yes,
she's doing
she-
great. We're so
she sent
proud of
me
her.
some-
She's so dedicated and determined. She's a fighter.
She sent me some. I guess her mom sent me some stuff. What I shared, and I said, absolutely. I mean, that's what
Yes,
we.
we're proud. Chloe
That's what we
Clausen,
do.
she's an amazing young lady, and I mean that takes a lot. She is in the Naval Academy, and that's tough.
And she cheers too. I mean, that's another
Yes.
full-time job.
Yes.
Coach Bates, do you have any plans to
Mm-hmm.
discontinue coaching, or are you going to stay with it for a while? Did we get cut off?
I can have my eyesight. I'm going to be doing it. I cannot see a light at the end of the tunnel right now, so that's
Oh,
I'm still
good,
fired
good.
up.
Okay.
And there's no light at the end of the tunnel for me.
So there's
far.
no retirement coming up anytime soon, huh?
No
Good,
time soon.
good.
As long as
Okay,
God blesses
good
me
deal.
with the ability to get around and to see, I'll be doing this.
Now,
My girls
my
joke that I'll
eyesight-
be doing this if they have to roll me into the coaching box. So
That's good. That's good.
My eyesight is not very good. If I don't have a light on stuff I can't see, I have to have it in the light just right. But this, I'll bring
I
this
saw a
out.
question.
During
Let me
the-
answer a question I just saw come up.
Yes.
Is she a plebe? She had made it through she's actually in her third year. So she's not a plebe anymore. So she has made it through at the Naval Academy, and she's doing really well in her third year.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, not even just be a student, but I mean, you can say, well, she's just cheering, but
No.
it's not like you just cheered at a small high school somewhere. This is at a real university. That's a Naval Academy, so it's definitely
It's tough.
Right.
It's
Pretty big.
tough.
yeah. She's a middle, I guess, if that's what they subscribe to calling it.
Coach, I got one more question for you, and I'm actually gonna ask you how y'all work pretty hard in the summer, but is it the whole summer or is it just pretty much June?
Well, we do our play dates in June. We work the whole summer. We
Okay.
work the whole summer, but we have play dates in June. We're allowed 3 weeks where we can play other schools, and so we play as much as we can in those 3 weeks against a good competition to try to make us better. But we still come back into the gym in July, and that's one thing I like about coaching volleyball and basketball is you know, sometimes those coaches don't work well together, and I work well with myself on that. So we have the play dates in July for volleyball, but then we also keep having gym times where we're working on basketball, and we do the same thing in June. We have gym times for volleyball in June to get us ready for July. So I mean, if you play volleyball and basketball at Sandrock, then you are working all summer, and then we're in the weight room and trying to get faster. So it's working all summer.
And I know the day I came up there during the summer, I came to see Ace or something for I think he got his Player of the Week shirt, and you had all the girls in there lined up, and they were doing real close, tight group, one-on-one stuff, from ball handling stuff to just different stuff you was working with them on. And I came over there and kind of joked with you a little bit and said, "Wow, you got a lot of new faces out there," and you laughed and said, "Yes, they are a lot of new." But
Yes.
They're a good fighting group, and I can't wait to see how the season kind of turns out for us. So with that, I respect your opinion about your team. So I don't want to say I had low expectations. I guess just with a newer group and
You lost everybody. Yeah.
with
Yes,
St. Clair, she's your mama hen. I mean, now she's mom out there running the team. We thought, well, they'll win some games, and then the first game, I believe I was there at the first game. They play good. They get up and down the floor. They see the floor well for passing and lanes. I think they shoot the ball pretty well. I think you got a good team.
Yeah, a lot of people thought we would not do well at all this year, and there were low expectations from other people. And I always have high expectations, just because I want to win. But and we try to squeeze as much as we can out of the girls. Like I always say, it's like squeezing an orange. We try to get every drop of juice we can out of them because I mean we're not the most naturally talented and gifted girls, and so we have to work really hard at it. And we lost 6 last year. 6 players that did a lot of the playing time. So we had Caitlin back who had experience, but not much else besides that as far as playing experience. So we had some girls step it up this year and play some roles that they had not played before, and we won 18 games and won our area tournament. So I thought we squeezed that orange a little bit this year, and we're gonna get some more juice out of it next year.
That's a good
18's good.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you're talking about some girls that didn't play a lot. Those girls didn't get to play a whole lot last year.
Yes, I mean it was a brand new role for girls like Zoe Handy. She ended up averaging 12.6 points a game, where she was used to coming off the bench and getting a little bit of playing time last year, and had to step up and play a big role this year. And then the Stevens sisters, JC and Chloe, stepped it up and had to play crucial roles for us. And then Kennedy Henderson is one that had to come in and play post for us that wasn't used to playing a ton, and so they had to carry the weight this year, and so that was different for them. And so now they've got a little more experience, so maybe next year we're going to be a little bit better shape than this.
Yeah, the Pisgah girls, we watched them play, and they're going to bring back a group also, because they lost everybody along with y'all. They had a big, the herd
They didn't lose
girl.
everybody. They still had the Tinker girl and had some, some cheers. So.
Yeah, I read that
She's really good.
her granddaddy started at Auburn.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe it might have been her great granddaddy, but somebody in her family started at Auburn.
She is a fireball for sure. She was.
Yeah, we did.
Go.
Bo did a one-on-one interview with her, and kind of spent the day around her and her dad, and watching that, and her dad out there in their driveway, like in the backyard of her, 7 years old, doing dribbling drills and shooting on this old school, basketball goal out there behind the house. She just gets up and down fast, and she's got a good natural tendency with the ball.
Yes.
Now with her gone, all those others are going to be back, so it'll be an interesting area, stuff again for y'all next year.
It's a challenge. That's the team that's put us out the last 3 years. So I mean that's just how it falls. I mean, it's tough to cross with Pisgah and Eider, because Eider's got all those girls back, and they did really
Yes.
well this year. And
They did.
3 of their starters that are really good are ninth graders. So I mean,
Oh, wow.
Oh, Eiders are?
Yeah.
yes,
Wow, I didn't know that.
and that's our
I seen
cross
them.
areas, Pisgah and Eider. And
I
then
seen them
when you look at
play
Lynette,
one.
who won the regional championship, they have their point guard that was so good as a ninth grader, and then the 6'3" and 6'4" girls inside are not seniors either. So we have a tough road.
Yeah, I was surprised. I watched that Pisgah-Lynette game and felt like Pisgah was in complete control of that, and heard the next morning that Lynette, we left, and read where Lynette came back. So I was kind of shocked by that.
I can't make mine any bigger. I don't think I'll ever have 6'3s and 6'4s, but we will work our tails off and try to be the best we can be.
Yeah. That sounds good, and I know you're going to have them ready, and we'll be up and about and visiting. And with baseball and softball coming, the other Coach Bates in softball, he's getting things kicked off already, and I think I'll be at Cedar Bluff tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow at Cedar Bluff, so I'll be over there checking them out.
Yeah, they played Tuesday. They had a really good weekend
Tuesday, not Monday. Tuesday.
Yeah, this weekend they have a lot of talent and a lot of hardworking girls on our softball team, and they should make a run long into state. We expect big things out of them this year.
I totally agree. I'm excited. I can't wait to see them all play again this year. Kind of get over there and get to know them a little bit. And I know most of them's parents, and it's fun to see them out in town. And we try to give everybody coverage and try to love on everybody. And we appreciate you, of course. And I thought y'all had a good year this year, and we look forward to next year. Coming back, it's going to be good. And I'll be around. I'll be over there this summer or something with football, and I'll stumble up to the gym and come and check on your ladies.
Well, come on. We'll be in the gym working, because we've got some young ones that are fired up and working. I've got some 8th graders that are really working hard that I hope are going to really make a difference to help this group next year and to add to it. So come on by. We'll be working either in the weight room or in the gym trying to get better.
I've got one more question. Do y'all still use the old gym?
We do use the old gym a lot for PE, and then we use it for youth league, and it's going to be there. We get a new school, but they're keeping the old gym there, so it's going to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We won't hold you up no more.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time, for coming by and hanging with us, and just kind of promoting your school and your girls. And
Yes.
I think you had a good season. I mean, you really did, and we're looking forward to next year too. And we'll be seeing you soon.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We like cutting those nets down and winning those area championships, and we hope our boys will go get us a blue map. So
Yes,
roll,
good
roll,
luck
roll.
They play tomorrow night. Everybody at 7:30. Is that right?
7:30. Yes.
Yeah, in
Against
Birmingham.
Aliceville.
They're playing Aliceville, and we like that matchup. I think they got as good a shot as any.
I do
Caden
too.
and Jacob and Ben Dale and Bradley and and Giles. That's a good starting 5. They get in there and they play hard. And if Jacob gets hot and then Caden gets hot, look out. I mean, they're going to be hard to beat.
Yes, we're looking forward to them doing big things. So we're excited for them.
All right, guys. Tomorrow night, wish the boy Wildcats luck against Aliceville, and maybe they can win it. And they'll play. If they win, they'll play again, I guess, Wednesday.
Well, they'll play Friday morning at 10:45 in the state championship game, we hope.
Oh, 10:45?
I can
On
make
Friday
that.
morning.
Yeah, dang, I can't.
I can do that one. I can't make it tomorrow, but Friday. So guys, go win it tomorrow. So our Uncle Matt can show up and watch you guys Friday. All right.
Yeah, that'd be a good game to go see.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Coach. And
Okay.
roll, rock, roll. We appreciate you. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you for your coverage. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Good to
Thank
see you, Coach.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, guys.
Good woman,
and
good
girls.
interview.
Yes, ma'am. We thank Miss Bates for coming by and spending a few minutes with us on Sunday. Show number 179, and we are rewatching the Battle Cats as A.J. McCarron is taking his team to be 2-0 now.
Oh, did you see that catch that guy just nearly made?
They won again. They played Thursday. This game is Thursday.
Oh, okay.
I watched the first half of it, and I thought, well, they're not going to win this game. And you know what?
Was it right at the end again?
McCarron, dude, that Alabama. Hello, Miss Vicky. Yes, we had a good time with Coach Bates on. We wanted to talk
Vicky
to her.
Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to have Lisa on and let her talk about her girls. She's got a new squad, and they won 18 games.
18. No, now, I didn't want to say that to her, but
Like,
public opinion was that they would not get 18 wins.
I just went there and seen them, but she's a good coach. Now,
Oh,
let's just
she-
be honest.
yes, yes.
I'm not trying to be a homer. She does a good job.
Mhm.
And when I was seeing how they were working with one another and just what they were doing, you're like, wow, that area is just tough. Pisgah and Eider had some kind of the girls just had a great year this year. See, they had a good year. I didn't expect Eider to be that good. And here they come in there just smoking everybody.
Oh, I know.
They beat Skyline up there, won the area.
Skyline was 1A.
Yeah, yeah.
But they beat Skyline.
Yes, they beat them before or after.
Oh, yeah.
Right before the area championship game. I was like,
Beat them. Yeah.
wow. what's
Oh,
going on?
never mind. I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if they beat Skyline to win that.
No.
Before that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was right before. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Are they in the Final Four, Hyder?
No.
Or did they get beat? No, they got beat, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah.
Not Susan Moore? Susan Moore may be 3A. Susan Moore beat Plainview.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we look forward to Coach Bates and crowd. So good luck to the boys.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Jacob with 33 in the championship
won
game.
tournament MVP. And
You said Ben Dale really come to the, what
Both.
he at, 20? No. Yeah, 22, right?
the game we were at, he wound up with 12. And in the other game, I think he had 17.
Yeah.
And then Caden, I think he had 10 or 12 in the next game.
Yeah,
So he lit it up the first game.
He's been going off here lately.
Yeah.
With the dunks and the shooting. And
Yeah. He had 2 big dunks against Pisgah.
2 big ones.
Yeah. 2-handed. Well, one of them was the old
Tomahawk.
jam, and then the other one's the 2-handed swing around and hit your feet. I mean, he's making it look good.
Yeah.
It's great to see them grow and how they came from, younger players and how they're dunking. It's amazing to watch them grow.
I thought this would be a good team, but obviously we expected the team from 2 years ago
Yeah.
to go to the Final Four.
Well,
But they run into midfield, and
they were
it's all about the draw. But Sandrock's had a tough draw. I
They
mean,
were
Pisgah's
bad.
not bad. Lynette's obviously not bad.
No.
And they won them both.
Lynette
And then
needs.
beat North Sand Mountain. So they beat 3 good teams to get to this.
Lynette seemed kind of young. They got some talent. You can see their athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
They just lack the.
Right.
And
right.
the coach is working on it. You can tell by the way he coaches them in the game. I'm sure he does at practice too.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he just sits in the chair at practice.
No, he's never sat down. He
No.
never quit talking to them the whole game. Jeff says Carrollton is in the Elite 8 in 7A.
Oh, in basketball? Buddy Knapp used to be Carrollton's head basketball coach.
I bet they're good.
Oh, yeah, they're loaded. Loaded with talent, just the whole scoop.
Yeah.
Just loaded with. I did not realize they were 7A. I should have, because they're the
Yeah,
ones that
yeah.
played Mill Creek in the championship in football.
Jeff also said, never forget that John Wooden won his last title with the Guards in 75. You don't need a center.
Yeah, they beat Kentucky that year.
Okay. Yeah, guys, thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with us. Matt and Todd Show. If you hadn't already, I mean, it's pretty easy. Dean, what do they have to do? I mean, how hard is it to just
hit the subscribe button.
It's not real hard. You just hit that button and tell a friend. Say, hey, do you like sports? Basketball right now, season. Baseball's coming a little bit. Softball. We'll give some scores from some Bama and Auburn softball stuff. Georgia Tech. I share stuff on the page there. And, of course, Mississippi State. Briley Burt's daughter. She's a superstar at Mississippi State.
Right, yeah.
So y'all hit the subscribe button and tell a friend.
Yeah, she's been doing well.
Yeah, we enjoy doing the coverage in Auburn.
She a senior finally?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And Auburn Dupree played with Gadsden. Played down in the Gadsden City area around there. Her mom and dad, Lindsay and Little Jack, grew up with Little Jack. Their daughter Auburn plays at Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, I saw you those posts.
But
Yeah.
she's good. She's a little bitty firecracking spitfire. She can hit it, run it down, catch it, throw it.
Whatever you need.
Yeah, so good luck to the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets. There we got some local people. And the Henderson girls. They're playing tomorrow.
Yeah, Faulkner. Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing tomorrow. So, We got a lot of
I
good
thought
talent
she
here.
would do good at Faulkner,
Yeah, she's
but I
a
didn't
good
think she
player.
would do good that quick.
Yeah, she's a good player.
I thought it would take a year, I don't know.
Yeah.
These people will surprise you. I mean, I
Well,
thought it would take a little bit of time.
Kids hit the ground running now.
Yeah, they do.
Because they play all the time.
They
Like
play
she
all
just
the
said,
time.
her summer,
Yeah.
they're practicing all the time. They're at
Right.
camps. They're at Supreme Court's Ace, Tinker, and the Holcomb girl, and the other girl from the Gunnerful.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing all summer. Caden Justice and all the boys from Odom and them.
Who do they play with?
Other teams from Tennessee and all around.
Just AAU type
Yeah.
sports.
That's Supreme Courts, and they just go off and play. And you're playing against other great people. So when Caden, say for him, for example, when he comes back down here to play a smaller team,
It's a lot easier.
yes. What's up, Average Joe Sports Talking More? Find them over there on Facebook and YouTube. They'll be giving you coverage tomorrow. Look for pictures over there on them on Instagram and Facebook of and Sandrock Radio, their network. They're at school.
Mm-hmm.
Go on Facebook, type in Sandrock Network. You'll find it, and you can listen to the guys. They'll bring you the game live also. So what's wrong with the Bama basketball? Dan, let's go ahead and get into that. Hope they don't choke at the dance. They usually do, and I just hate to say it, but
They're pretty dang good.
no charges have been brought against Miller. Criticism against Coach Oates from not suspending the player for a week with the information that he had. That is what's happening.
I'm going to read since we're getting into this, and this is the most respected basketball commentator in sports. Now, somebody might come on and go, "You're an idiot. He's not that respected." Yes, he is.
Yes, Spring Garden girls play at 12, and the Sandrock boys play at 7:30. Yes,
I ain't worried about that first one because I don't think it'll be a game.
I think they both win tomorrow.
I do too. I put some stuff on Facebook this week about how I just don't think anybody has a chance. So that's a compliment.
Yeah.
But and I guess unless you're playing them.
Bama basketball, Miller, he took a gun to his friend, pulled up, friend gets it out of the car.
Well, we don't know the story. There's 14 different stories floating around.
That's what the police are.
You got the story where he didn't know. You got the story where he knew. I've even heard one story that he was involved in it by blocking the guy in and willingly brought the gun and knew what was going down. It's ridiculous. But
I think if that latter part was true, I think he would be in jail.
well, I would think so.
The cops have watched the videos.
If he blocked him in, he's going to be in jail.
Facts are what the police have released, and they're not going. And remember, guys, this is an ongoing investigation.
Right.
So Coach Oates don't know a lot because he can't, because they're not telling him.
But
a
every
lot.
time you tell that to somebody, they're going to be like, bull crap. Yes, he does. They've known this the whole time.
They got an investigation. He don't get a special pass because he's the coach of. It don't matter if he's coaching Alabama football. It don't matter if you're coaching the Kansas City Chiefs. A police investigation is a police investigation, and it's not settled. They're still investigating it.
I love the way it's been twisted.
Well, that's just because there's nothing going on in the
See,
media.
he's callous. He don't care about the death. Come to find out, he didn't even know what they were talking about when he come out of the interview. When he come out of the locker room after practice and they interviewed him. Well, it's just kids being kids. He was talking about them being out late. He wasn't talking about the shooting.
Yeah, I mean, how do you need to explain that I have sympathy for murder? It's like putting hot coffee on a cup of hot coffee. Yeah, no crap.
They said he didn't even have the details of what had happened that day in the deposition. But I don't know. I mean, it don't sound to me. Let's just wait and see what happens. And I'm sorry if they find that he didn't do anything wrong. What are you going to suspend him for?
Oh, that's what I said the whole time. Let me wait. Now, some other media people came out, and they wanted to spill the beans.
Oh, they've twisted this bad.
Well,
They've got him involved. He's murderer.
But why do they want to be involved? They want people to click on their. They want people to click. Oh, crap. Well, I'm sorry. They want people to be involved in it and talk about things to get clicks on their page.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I bet but that's just, I don't know. We're just so quick to throw people under the bus. And every time I tell somebody what his attorney said, and they're like, well, that's his attorney. So his attorney's just lying.
he's a liar.
He's a liar.
But what about all the attorneys and the athletic director?
I'm sorry. I thought that was a dog.
the athletic director at the college, telling them that we have to go by what information we have. And right now, he's just a participating.
Oates thought he was just a witness.
He didn't even witness what happened. He's just participating and sharing what he knows. It's a shoot, ready, aim media.
I know.
And there's a lot of people
too.
that's never even played the game. That decides that they want to block a person, and besides a guy to be in the drive-through at Five Guys Burger. That's all they're doing.
Right.
They want to block people like you're at a drive-through at a burger joint. They're just because he's a player at Alabama. If they wasn't winning, it wouldn't be talked about as much. They get caught up, they're in, or they have never played the sport. They're smooth. They talk about they ain't even never lifted weights. They've never played the sport, but they talk about this stuff like they have this knowledge of a feel of what's going on, or they're Mr. and Mrs. Innocence that's never been to a college party and don't have any type of background to speak on. Well, here's what happens at parties. You know what I'm saying?
People get into it.
Yeah, but these people are even commenting on this, have never played, have never even been to parties. How do you know?
Well, I'll be honest, and I may get some. I think it's stupid to even, from what we know so far, it don't sound like he had a clue what was even going on.
Well, what we have to know is that he's never been in trouble before.
Never.
We know that. And we know from footage he wasn't intending on blocking the guy.
He didn't.
And 2, 3, it was not his gun. And he brought a gun back to his friend at 1:30 in the morning while he's eating. He didn't even, by the footage, he didn't even get out of the car. These are things that we know for sure. Now, people can speculate and make up lies and add what they want to, and they can be CNN and MSNBC, the people that made a living until they fired all of them for just making up garbage.
Well, I mean, there's a group out there that just wants to hang him. Guilty. What idiot does that?
Well, there's always a group.
Come on, man.
What about, you said earlier, what about his rights?
Well, this is what Jay Billis, who is the most respected commentator since Dick Vitale doesn't commentate anymore, said. He goes, Brandon Miller has rights.
Yeah, yeah, he's an
and the
American
university has a duty to protect his rights. I'm sorry. He goes, they know him a lot better than the rest of us.
Sure.
He has cooperated fully. I think Alabama has done the right thing.
Well, the outcry was...
Now, maybe that's a lie, too. I don't know.
Well...
Maybe he didn't say that, but I don't know.
The outcry was, why didn't Coach Oates suspend him?
Well, a lot of people say
on.
he should have suspended him January the 20th or whatever.
Yeah, well, he's just saying, okay, we're going to suspend him. Give me some stuff and let my AD, let my lawyers, my bosses and law come to me and say, this is what's going on, and then he could go, why didn't they suspend him? Mm-hmm. He never got none of that.
No.
If he did, he would have.
I would think.
Because if he don't, and this comes out that he murdered somebody, which he did not, then he'd have to forfeit all the games that they're winning.
Here's the narrative they've created. And thanks to the press for this, and they're still doing it, and they'll do it tomorrow.
They'll do it to her.
Stephen A. or somebody, which Stephen A.'s not one of them. I'm just using
No, he wanted to spend him the rest of the year.
They've created a narrative that...
Or something like that.
Miller is involved with this murder. Oates knows it, and he won't do nothing about it.
That's silly.
Point flat out. That's
so
what
silly.
they've created.
Here's a
and
question.
I had a guy tell me at school that day. He goes, "You watch. This is going to be blown out. This is going to get bigger." He goes, "It's going to get bigger every day." Go ahead. What was the question?
Yeah, it's only a big deal because the player is on one of the top teams in the land, and the college in general is not liked by other fan bases. Is that true?
Well, I don't know, because Alabama's not a basketball power on a yearly basis.
But they're not generally liked, period.
Well, I mean, I just think it's newsworthy, and they make a big deal out of stuff now. I mean, and that is a big deal for somebody to get killed, but if he wasn't involved in it, he was not involved in it.
And question 2 are...
They want him to be involved in it.
Have you truly done your homework and looked deep into all the facts known before you just run off at the mouth like these media people do?
No, they're not.
Because it makes you look cool. Is that why you're doing it? Because you need to get clicks on your show?
Well, I got to be honest here. I don't know what happened. I've read 5 different stories. 4. One where he's completely involved and should be charged with murder, probably.
Now, was the video show?
No.
None of that. So,
No,
okay, that's out.
Okay, and the text messages, that's out.
Okay, so we proved all that. So that's
one where he's absolutely clueless, didn't even know the gun was in there.
I don't believe that, personally.
Now, one where he got the message for, I need my gun, and the other one, and he brought it, and one where he saw the message while he was on his way to pick him up. So there's 4 different stories.
And again, all we can go by is what facts are and what we see and what we know. It's a problem with some media, and it says he should be suspended until we know more. Okay, well, did you sit back and think before that you spoke that this may be the cops know more than you do and are wanting things not to be let out for a reason? There was a hearing, and Miller is not a suspect in cooperating, and he is cooperating with the police. The police have been, all the videos of Miller doesn't feel like that he should be jailed or he's not being held or nothing, or etc.
Well, I figured out one thing. Detectives are a lot better than people give them credit, and I'm not knocking the families. And do you remember what that deal that happened in Idaho, where the 4 students got stabbed? Even the parents, everybody's just killing these detectives, talking about how sorry they are, they're cowards. They had the suspect the whole time, the whole time.
Yeah, let's not take away the.
So
they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They know. Look, can we just assume that the cops know more about this than anybody talking, us included?
Us included. Yes.
I would say yes. But 9 out of 10 media people, ESPN, will not say what I just said because they need people to click on their video to get views to make money. I'm not in here to do it for that. I'm just reporting it because it's a top story and I can give my opinion on the situation.
If he's involved in this thing, he will be charged soon enough, and then he won't be on the basketball team, and it'll work itself out.
Well,
that's all now Oates is doing.
Should he be held out a game or two based on morals? Question.
Well, what depends on what he did. If he was ignorant of the whole thing, no. I mean, I've got a gun in my house, a 410. If somebody breaks in there and shoots 16 people, that's not my fault.
No.
Which, I mean, it's a one shot. So.
This is just more knee-jerk reaction by the media, just looking for views in the off-season because there's not much going on. Let's just assume the cops know more than the media people.
They do.
That hide behind the word moral, and it doesn't matter who you play for. Right is right.
No, we're going to do the Ray Lewis thing here on this one. He's going to be a murderer the rest of his life.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't even pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
The same media people that pass up on the same kind of stories from other colleges because of their personal affiliations. Lastly, everyone is an innocent until proven guilty.
Well, not in this country.
I thought.
Not in this country.
No, it's shoot, ready, aim. You're guilty until we can prove
you are everywhere else. You go to Great Britain, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. Not here.
And this player is not even being held or even questioned any longer at this time. It's another attempt for clickbait for the media, like I've mentioned a few times before, that they preach about freedom of speech and do the right thing, and the ones that are taking on a short and making these videos before they can even be looked at through the scope, they just shoot, and then they look down the scope, and then they holler aim. Everything is shoot, ready, aim. It's the way people are. And lastly, now that I'll expect the same harsh speech towards any other coaches on the same type of investigation, a style of media, for other cases where you know very little, but you want players suspended when the cops are actually saying, no, Miller's good. He's helped us in this case, and he's doing his part. It's a clown show. It's fishing media hypocrisy at its best. It's ridiculous.
And I tell you what's sad about it. If they come out next week and say, we've figured it out, he was not involved, somebody will go, nah, they're lying. He was.
I ain't listening to them anymore.
He was.
Next topic at hand. Let me mention these scores. Saturday, the Defenders did beat the Vipers, Dean, and of course
we're talk about college basketball.
We're doing the Battle Hawks won. They wound up winning this game 20-18. And today at 6, here in just a few minutes, the Renegades will play the Roughnecks. That they are favored by 7, and the Brahmas are both 0-1 versus the Guardians, and which they just got done playing. Now, next Sunday, your undefeated A.J. McCarron Battlehawks will play the undefeated Defenders next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Guys, that may be a game for you to watch. If you're still into football and you love it, then next Sunday will be a game to watch. Now, popping off in college basketball, talking about Alabama, they're still popping and hopping right along. But battled a game out with Arkansas.
58-point second half. And you read the stats, Matt, and you're like, how in the world did they win this? They went 3 for 22 from the three-point range. That's 14%. But where Alabama won this game was rebounding and the free throw line. 83% from the line. And they out-rebounded Arkansas by 11. 186-83. Quinterly was huge. 16 points and 7 assists off the bench. Miller had 24, Clowney 10, Mark Sears had 13.
I don't know, Jeff, about NASCAR.
We don't
suspended the game for snow, I guess.
But a 58-point second half.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
28-point first half and a 58-point second half.
And Miller did his part and filled in very well.
He did. But Quinterly, definitely the player of the game.
Yep.
16, which he was one of their better players 2 years ago when they went to the Sweet 16 and got beat by UCLA.
Now, the game before last is when Miller went off and
he had 41.
had scored 41 against South Carolina.
Yeah. And the other game we're concerned with, I don't know what happened. Auburn's on the bubble, especially after this. They're 19-10 now. Kentucky beats Auburn 86-54. I don't understand. I don't know. I know Rupp Arena's a good place to play. I know Kentucky's playing better, but I don't know what happened. Kentucky shot the eyes out. Auburn did not shoot good. Kentucky shot 93% from the line. They out-rebounded Auburn by 18. It was just a beatdown. And Auburn has to win these next 2 ball games.
Must.
And one of them's Alabama. And they have to have a good tournament. They can still get in, which we obviously know Alabama's in.
Yeah.
They're saying Kentucky's probably in now. Tennessee's obviously in. Probably A&M. But Auburn needs to win the next 2. And one of them's Alabama. At Tuscaloosa. Which I'm sorry, you can, whatever. Alabama's just good. They're just good basketball players.
They got a good team this year.
They got a good team. Period.
Is Pearl? He's not on the hot seat. But
Well, no.
No, they're not going to fire him or nothing. But, is there rumble and talking?
I haven't heard much.
I hadn't either.
No, not on him.
What about Calipari?
It's gone. It's gone away. They've won 4 straight. So.
Yeah. Just win, baby.
Only thing I have heard about their fans, he's found him a lineup now. And they're pretty much on social media and stuff saying, quit, don't screw with it. Don't mess with this lineup, Calipari. He's been known in the past to maybe tweak lineups. And they're just like, okay, you found it. Leave it alone. Because there's a guy that's been injured that's coming back. 2 guys that have been injured that are coming back that started some. And people just don't want them to start. Which Calipari's going to do what he wants, probably. But I would say, if he's done as well as he has with this lineup, wouldn't you think he would stick with it? I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So that's the main thing. They just want him to stick with the lineup he's got and leave it alone.
rankings wise, I guess Bama and Tennessee, A&M are your.
Well, Tennessee's dropped out. It's still, as far as the SEC goes, yeah. Tennessee, A&M, Bama. Which A&M did lose yesterday, so that hurt them. Mississippi State beat them.
So I hadn't seen A&M play any.
Should be a good tournament. Mississippi State's had a good year. Vandy's done okay. Auburn's not had a bad year at all. Arkansas.
Yeah.
Should be a good tournament. Georgia's done better. Florida. Now, Ole Miss fired their coach.
Ole Miss, Georgia, and Florida are just. They're just.
Well, now they said it'd take Georgia a little bit of time to turn things around.
They're just hanging in there. They're just going through the motions right now.
Missouri's got a good basketball team.
Yeah, I did see they played Bama back.
They've won 20
last month.
Yeah. South Carolina has not had a great year. I think.
Where's the SEC tournament?
Nashville. Every year, I reckon.
It's in Nashville, Jeff.
They've quit doing it in Atlanta. They used to go back and forth between that. Used to have it in Birmingham. But
yeah, way back now.
That's over with.
Early 90s.
Daddy said they did it in the 80s.
Yeah.
And
I remember watching on TV.
For a long time. Then they'd go to the Omni in Atlanta, and they just stopped doing it.
ABC or somebody would cover it. I remember the lights would be
Yeah.
really, weird looking bright lights and.
Oh, it used to be, and that's a shame because, Daddy said that was a lot of fun. They just go down and stay all day, and tickets weren't hard to get. People were selling them coming out or giving them away. And you go to 6 ball games or 3.
A little or nothing, $5.
Yeah. I mean, people
Or
did that for
free.
years around here.
They give them away to get people in there.
Hey, what are you doing Friday? Nothing. Let's just go to the SEC tournament. I can't imagine if me and you
2-hour drive.
went up there. I'm talking about this next Friday.
Oh.
If me and you decide, let's just take a day and go, we ain't getting in there under 100. Ain't no way. I wouldn't think. I mean, I may be wrong.
Well, coaches make a lot more money, and there's more expenses now for arenas and upkeep, and
And speaking of money, and I know we're done with college basketball right now, and I guess it'll probably stay the same with Kansas.
yeah.
I mean, it'll be Kansas, UCLA, Alabama, Houston, because Purdue got beat.
They lost. But UCLA's still out there.
UCLA, but they struggled today, but they did win. The only reason I put it, I think they'll win it because they got so much experience. But
They're good.
they have 2 golf leagues now. They got the LIV and they got the PGA. And I kept wondering why everybody was going over this LIV. Man, you wouldn't believe how much more money they make in this LIV.
Why?
Because it's backed by the Saudis.
Oh.
Okay, so the total payout for
There you go. That's why you hit the subscribe button.
the total payout for the PGA tournament this weekend is $8 million.
Wow.
The total payout for the LIV Saudi tournament is $20.
Ugh.
They're winner. If you win the golf tournament, you get $4 million, man. $4 million.
Well, they're.
Right there.
I mean, we're keeping them in business by pumping every time we pump gas in our
Yeah.
vehicle because of policies by your wonderful leader. So that's partly our money too,
And me and Daddy were looking at this day. You finished 25th. 25th.
That's not really good. Which probably still shot like
200,000.
Shot 1 under.
Well, yeah, I mean they're good. I mean in golf, they make some money in golf.
200,000.
200,000 for finishing 25th out of 50.
Jesse, hang in there, buddy.
Yes, Jesse, you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody that plays golf, please.
If you're decently good, just hang in there.
Yeah.
Go to the kid tournaments. Go to the high school tournaments.
As a matter of fact, all kids, just stop playing anything else
Yeah.
and go to golf.
And get you a good Instagram. You need a good media. It starts there. You need to be on Instagram and Twitter. You need a lot of people to see you
Yeah.
and make a name. So when you show up at an event, they know who you are. That creates buzz. And companies love buzz, and they'll pay for that.
Well, the top golfer in the world right now, this year, which their season's different. It starts in the fall and it goes through the summer, and then they have a couple months off. It goes from like September to August, or October to August, maybe. The leaders made $9.5 million right now. 9.5.
Or you just play basketball, too. Makes
Yeah,
stupid
but
money.
these guys don't go through. I mean, I'm not saying they don't go through it. Golfers go through it. They got to walk a lot. They have to.
You ride cars most of the time. I mean,
But they can't. But
they ain't struggling.
it's not like a basketball game.
No, you got to run it down the court. And
Yeah.
you need to be in shape. Dean, college basketball. Did you read through those?
Oh yeah, I read through some of them. I'm not as familiar. You talking about football?
Yeah, college football decided they're going to speed the clock up.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't.
First, let me say
They're going to try to make the game quicker.
they're trying to put in more TV ads.
Right.
I'm telling you, and they ain't going to say that. That's the point.
Right. Oh yeah.
Or rule 1, no consecutive timeouts. You cannot ice the kicker anymore. These are proposals.
I agree with that.
These are proposals. These may not happen.
You can just
ice-
use one.
Yes, and 2, NFL fans will go, well, that's the way we do it. College need to do it too. All these rules are pretty much. 2, the quarter it cannot extend for a defensive penalty. So it can't end.
If you have a pass interference on the last play of the quarter, you go on to the second quarter.
The second or the end of the game. It can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It would be set after.
Okay.
That's the NFL does the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, here's the one that a lot of people are probably fussing about. The clock will run after a first down, except inside of 2 minutes to the half.
No, I don't like that.
And the clock will run after an incomplete pass once the ball is spotted.
They are trying to get these games over with. And somebody said that ain't going to make them no shorter. Yeah, that's going to make them shorter.
Let me say it again. The clock will run after a first down, except under the 2 minute. So if you're in 2 minute warning before the half, you can still have a 2 minute drill. You can go down the field and still score.
So first down, Alabama gets a first down. They spot the ball. Clock starts.
Yes.
It don't matter.
Yep. And or the clock will run after an incomplete pass. If you throw an incomplete pass, as soon as they get the ball, find it wherever it's at, up at the cheerleaders, at the water bucket, they set it down, the clock starts.
Wow.
So if the offense substitutes, the defense could sub and be slow about it and just,
It's going to, I tell you what, it's going to stop. It's going to stop people from coming back on each other, these ridiculous comebacks from 28 down. And that's probably over with, isn't it?
If these go through.
Yeah, but they may not go through.
Yes, these are proposals.
I don't like that one.
Nobody does.
I agree with the first one. What was the very first one?
Yeah, the clock. You can't call timeouts.
Yeah, I don't
freeze
like
kickers.
that. I don't like that.
NFL changed that.
I never liked that. Once he starts to kick, you shouldn't be able to
As
call
soon as he kicks it,
anyway.
timeout.
Yeah.
But he made the field goal. I don't care. He called timeout.
When you see him going, no. I never liked it. And I know people use it, and I would use it too, but I still don't like it.
Yeah. So those are some of the rules.
Have you heard about some of these baseball rules with this clock now? Boy, people are raising canes.
Yes, I flipped on that by
Explain
accident.
this to me.
What
is it?
I hadn't read
You have to make your pitch pretty quick.
I didn't even click on it because I know they do this so much. I'm so sick of.
They say it's going to run baseball.
I can't do it no more. After about 2 or 3 years ago, after COVID, and they changed up whatever the rules, and then you go to extra innings, you put a runner on second, and you got 2 strikes. What?
Oh, they do that?
What are we playing in the backyard like Ghost Man on first? I can't keep up with it.
So do you even know what this new one is?
No.
They have to throw a pitch in a certain amount of time, or it's just a ball, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. I can't do it no more. These are reasons that.
And batters can't take their time like they used
These
to.
things have run me off from baseball. These type of things.
Oh, I talk to people. And no offense to baseball lovers, but I talk to someone every week that just hates baseball now.
Yeah, rule changes are stupid, Jeff. It's a game has already been decided by the clock in baseball. That's what he's saying.
Oh, yeah, the Braves game, right?
The game has already been decided by
because the batter took too long. But now, in the umpire's defense, they were taking up for an umpire. He was just...
LIV players have been invited to the Masters.
Oh, heck, well, they won't go there for. They can't make no money, huh?
What?
$4 million?
Why you want to go to...
I understand that.
Why you want to go to Pat's Burger Shack when you're having steak over here at Tony's?
And I
don't know if there's a Pat's Burger Shack. I'm sorry if I insulted Pat's Burger Shack.
Pat, that thing, he's watching it right now.
Todd Shaw. Idiots. Idiots.
I dare him say that.
We got break burgers.
Oh, I'm sure. Hey, it's so easy to offend now.
Yeah, and I don't care.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
I was being sarcastic. But, anyway.
Hey, long story short, can I tell this right?
What we got?
I tried to name. There was a part of Cedar Bluff.
Oh, I've seen that.
Somebody got mad.
Yeah, you just don't say
Said,
that.
it don't need to be named nothing. Leave it alone, dude.
Okay, well, that's your opinion.
Okay.
I say I want it to be named something. You don't want it to? Good. You start a petition.
Well, I don't live there, so I can't.
Well, I mean, but people with this list, if they don't like, I tell you what, you should have put old Simeon Castola on that list. Well, he didn't even make All-State. You didn't watch him play. Okay, maybe he was a good player. Well, I tell you what, people, go make your own list. It's for fun. For Pete's God's sake, it's for fun. People are really mad about a list. People are really offended about naming a little part of a town in Hickville County, USA of Cherokee County. It's for fun. Calm down, people.
Oh, I had to block somebody over that. He wouldn't leave me alone.
Chill out. Have a smile. Geez, it's funny. Have a good time. God is good. Y'all chill out,
I ain't
man.
talking to him.
Stuff just goes over their head like with Tiger Woods, and he give his buddy, "Hey, play like a girl day, tampon." Well, how dare him? He don't believe.
That's
Why would he do
offensive.
that?
He's never been through
It's
nothing like that.
It's a joke, people. What happened to being funny? Smile a little bit. Jeez. All right, that's enough for this week. Thank you, Coach Bates, very much for coming on this week. And I will be Tuesday at Cedar Bluff, Sand Rock Softball. We'll check them out. And Scalesville plays too.
The Big G.
I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try to do both.
I think they're supposed to. I thought I saw where they won. They've got a lot of players
Tuesday
coming
night.
back too. Now, Cedar Bluff's got a ton of players back, don't they? I know they lost some.
What, baseball or softball?
Softball.
No, they lost their infield.
Cedar Bluff did?
Yeah.
But they got a lot back, don't they?
They got some younger ones that's played that are coming up, yes. And they're good, too.
Okay.
They'll be fine.
What about Cedar Bluff baseball? How did they do this week?
I watched them play Coosa. They did pretty good. I watched them play probably 3 or 4 innings, and I went to center and watched their last 3 or 4 innings.
I don't know how the teams are doing record-wise. I know Spring Garden, have they started yet? No, they should be pretty good in baseball.
Yeah, they're always going to be pretty good. And Cole's going to be.
Well, I know they got Cam back. You know, he's great.
Yeah, he's a good pitcher, which he's going to Barry. Mm-hmm. And Cole's going to do a good job there. And But, yes, I'll be at Cedar Bluff Tuesday, and I'll probably run over to Gilesville. Dean go over to Gilesville, and we'll catch some of the boys, too. And try to go see both of them. And Miss Amanda, thank you for the pictures from the Gilesville game. Yeah, and y'all want to go check them out on the side notes page. Where's Bryce Young going to be drafted? We're assuming the Colts. That's what we're kind of thinking, Jim.
No.
That's where the rumor mill says. Colts.
Well, whoever Todd McShay says he's going to, that's probably who he's going to.
He's always right.
Yeah, which obviously they give him the information.
He's going to probably go to the Colts. And they may trade a spot. That's another rumor, too. So, if he winds up at the Bears and they're
one of the Colts had some. They had Ryan, who's Ryan. I'm not a Ryan hater, but he's gotten older. How old? He's in his 40s, right?
He's my age. I don't care now.
And so I think that would be a good spot for him to land. Tuesday
night, free autographs, kissing babies at Cedar Bluff, our Gilesville. Come find one of us. Come by and see us. We got some new shirts in. I'm going to have some shirts with me, give some people. And y'all hit the subscribe button, tell a friend. Podcast listeners, thank you guys for listening. Spotify and Applecast and all you people across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Thank y'all. Y'all have a fantastic week.
Yeah, we'll see y'all soon.
Yep, next week be back same time. We'll have some more news, some more stuff happening. We'll keep an eye on this.
Maybe it won't be as
situation at Bama. See what's going on.
Maybe we won't hear too much more about that. Well, no, I wish they would find out, make a decision on it.
We'll know more as it goes on. All right, we'll see y'all next week, 5 o'clock. Show 180.
180. Yep.
Keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God as always. We love you and thank you. Y'all come back and see us.